Welcome back to Capacity and Clarity. This is the Sustainable Power Series where we talk about high achieving midlife women build real success without burning out. Today's video and training is all about saying no without guilt because every yes is a capacity decision. And so every yes costs something. Every yes takes time, emotional bandwidth, and it requires energetic presence. Every yes reinforces an identity, essentially. So when you say yes to something misaligned, you're not just adding a task, you're reallocating energy away from something else. That's the invisible cost. So a yes to someone else is often a no to yourself. A yes out of guilt reinforces the over-functioning pattern. And repeated misaligned yeses lower your energetic baseline. So where are you spending energy out of habit instead of intention? So we're going to go over 3 types of yeses that you need to pay attention to, okay? The fear yes. So this one is powerful. A fear yes is driven by a fear of disappointing someone. It's driven by a fear of being perceived as selfish. A fear of conflict. Yeah, I'm just going to say yes just to, ease it. Keep the peace. Fear of losing approval. Fear of losing control. It sounds like, I guess I can. Sure, that's fine. It's not a big deal. But internally, resentment starts. Energy drops. You feel tightness in your chest or your stomach. This is nervous system based. So if you've ever heard of the nervous system and, calming your nervous system, these types of yeses turn your nervous system on. It doesn't calm it, it activates it. And your body reacts before your brain does. So that's a great place to say or to listen to your body and pay attention to your body before you say yes. Okay, so whenever those kind of things come up, if you want to say, I guess, okay, it's not that big a deal, but internally you're like, pay attention to that, okay? The next one is the habit yes. This one is subtle and very midlife oriented. And this kind of yes comes from our identity and who we are. It's, I'm the reliable one. I'm the strong one. I'm the one who handles it. I've always done it this way. You're not afraid. You're automatic. And that's what feels normal. It may no longer be aligned, right? So if you're the one who always handles everything, but it's causing dysfunction or resentment with you, then you have to take the step back. Maybe this is where you're going to say the no, right? These are where you make those identity shifts because your yes pattern may still be running a 20-year-old script. It's not current you, it's old you. Old you used to do that. New you doesn't want to do that. I don't want to be the strong one. I don't want to be the one to handle everything. I don't want to be the one that everybody goes to, because we want to shift all of these automatic or habit forming yeses into an aligned yes. An aligned yes is calm, it's clean, it feels expansive. It might stretch you. It might be uncomfortable, right? It might be saying yes to something that causes growth, but it doesn't drain you. It's not like it feels clear. It feels grounded. It feels really intentional. It comes from your heart. It's like a full heart, like from the bottom of my heart, yes, kind of thing. There's no resentment after. There's just excitement. There's no rumination. There's no emotional hangover, right? That, oh, what did I say yes to? Why did I say yes to that? An aligned yes feels strong, not strained, if that makes sense. Can you see the distinction there, right? It feels strong, not strained. With all my heart, yes. Anything else is maybe a no. So when your nervous system is in discomfort, when you disappoint others, that's something that you need to pay attention to as well. So when you say no, your nervous system could interpret that as danger. Why? Because in the past, your belonging meant safety, right? You being the one to fix everything in the family meant safety. Your approval meant security. Disappointing others risked rejection. So your body reacts with tightness and anxiety and over explaining. Pay attention to that one. Oh, I can't because da 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 da. Or yeah, I'm going to do it because da 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 da. Pay attention to the over explaining. Immediate backtracking. That discomfort doesn't mean the no is wrong. It means you're rewiring a pattern, and that's huge. So that's what you want to pay attention to. Discomfort is not a sign that you're wrong. It's a sign that you're growing. That's leadership. So when you pay attention to those things, so going back, that sometimes when you say no, it's uncomfortable. Like, well, I'm afraid that they're gonna get mad, or I'm afraid that, they're not gonna find anybody else to help. Or I'm just afraid in general. Pay attention to that. If you really truly want to say no, and then you're hit with all this guilt and emotion and all that stuff, you have to allow that to settle, because saying no is not a rejection, it's a redirection. You're not rejecting the person that you're saying no to. You are redirecting your energy, choosing to remain focused. You are choosing alignment. You are choosing sustainability. It's not personal, it's strategic. I'm going to tell you a story. A girlfriend of mine, she had her 50th birthday and it started at 9 o'clock. And if you know me, I do not do 9 o'clock. I'm in bed. Last night I was in bed at 8:45 and I went to sleep around 9:15. That to say yes to that made me feel very uncomfortable, very uneasy. I had to say no. And that made me feel even worse. Like, oh my God, she's my oldest friend. How am I not going to celebrate her? But you know what? That saying no allowed everything else to play out to the day of or the day before. Things changed. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my best to show up for her and be there for her. And I was able to end up saying yes in a way that didn't drain me emotionally, that didn't make me feel guilty. And I was able to go. I pushed my, sleep boundary to like 11:30. I think I was home, dove into bed by midnight. And the exhaustion that I felt the next day from the lack of sleep and the going out and the whatever else, to me felt worth it, because I was able to pour into my dear friend in a way that, even though, yes, it drained me energetically a little bit, it was not the type that made me feel resentful. It was, I poured into her cup. I poured into mine before, so I had the energy to go. And so it's really important that when you say no to something misaligned, that you say yes to something meaningful. And that's what happened to me. I said no because I was like, no, I can't do that to my energy, boosted my energy. And then I was able to say yes to something meaningful, which was to be there for my oldest friend to celebrate her birthday. And we had so much fun. It was great. So you don't need a dramatic explanation. I didn't have to explain to her why I wasn't going. She totally get it. She knows me. You don't owe a dissertation. Simple, calm, final. It doesn't, a no is a no. It's a full stop right there. That doesn't work for me this season. That doesn't work for me right now. I've got too much going on. I'm really sorry. That communicates clarity. That signals identity shift. There's no apology necessary. I'm focusing on different priorities. That reinforces alignment. That reminds you of your clarity. I can't commit to that right now. Leaves room without overcommitting. It's a neutral tone. Let me check my calendar and get back to you. That's my favorite one. Even though my calendar is on my phone, or the default husband one, let me check with Tyler to see what he's got going on. I'll get back to you. Even though Tyler's not even invited, I got to see what he's got going on. If he's planned something else for us that day, that interrupts the automatic yes. That's a powerful nervous system pause. Let me get back to you. Let me check my calendar and get back to you. Okay? I can't commit to that right now. You're not saying no. You're not saying no. Sorry, can't do it. They're just ways in which your nervous system can stay regulated. I'm focusing on different priorities right now. Want to go to a concert, right? To see your favorite band, and you're like, you want to say yes, but you can't for whatever reason. It's like, no, you know what? I'm going to have to pass this time around. I'm focusing on different priorities. Whatever it is, you're not building a smaller life. You're building a lighter one. A smaller life is contraction. A lighter life is refinement. It is growing your energetics. It is expansion. So you're not shrinking your ambition. You're refining your energy. You're not doing less out of fear. You're doing less out of alignment. Like, that doesn't align with me anymore. This is where I'm at. This is my season. Lighter means less resentment, less mental load, less fragmentation, more clarity, more presence. And that builds sustainable power. So where in your life are you saying yes out of fear, habit, or obligation instead of alignment? When you start saying no, your nervous system recalibrates. You stop leaking energy through guilt and obligation. But if you don't understand how to manage your energy next, you'll just fill that space back up again. You got to have that pause in there. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about energy management, how to work with your peaks, protect your lows, and build real capacity. And if this resonated with you, download the Sustainable Power Guide below and start with one section. You don't need more hustle. You need sustainable capacity. And I'll see you in the next training.